What is going on, Heat fans? It is your boy Ernest here, back with another Miami Heat Talk video. Happy Friday, everybody. The weekend is here and we are celebrating because we rocking with another Miami Heat Talk video. So take a moment, guys, smash the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. We got a goodie tonight because last night, the Miami Heat proved all the doubters wrong. With Bam Adebayo leaving in the second quarter with a hip contusion, I'm sure we all thought the game was over. Shoot, Indiana was having a 12-point lead. They were dominating on the offensive end, but the Miami Heat did not quit. The Miami Heat blow through the second half, have an incredible fourth quarter, score 45 points in the fourth quarter, and we defeat the Indiana Pacers 142-132. Now look, when you see that score, 142 points from the Miami Heat without their leading scorer, Bam Adebayo, that says something. Because the Indiana Pacers have one of the best offenses in the NBA, led by Tyrese Halliburton, who last night dropped 44 points, with Obi Toppin dropping 25 points as well. Every player in their starting lineup units scored over double figures. But this Miami Heat team did not quit. That is one thing about this team that I love, you guys. And that is one thing I believe that this team is so dangerous moving forward. Because, yeah, you can defeat the Miami Heat one game. But I think what's going to happen in the playoffs, you guys, this team is going to become even more deadly. Because it is going to be difficult to battle this Miami Heat team in a 7-game series. Let's go over some players last night, shall we? Because the man that led us is the man that's been leading us for years now, Jimmy, a.k.a. Jaime Butler. Last night, he drops 36 points, 9 for 19 shooting, 18 for 20 from the free throw line. Good Lord, does that man get to the free throw line. But he also gives you 11 rebounds, 3 assists. Jimmy Butler, when he has to, is one of the very best players in the NBA. Now look, you look at his season averages, you see that he's averaging 21 points a game, and then you're looking at these other stars that are averaging over 30. Jimmy can do that, y'all. But Jimmy Butler right now is not looking for individual accolades. Right now, what Jimmy Butler wants is to put another year on that banner for the Miami Heat. That is the goal. That is the quest. So Jimmy Butler doesn't have to do this every night, because when it comes to playoff time, he will unleash Jaime mode. Now, what did we see in the playoffs last year, in the finals last year? Jimmy Butler, yeah, maybe he got injured. Maybe the injury caused him not to be able to move forward. Maybe he was gassed out against the Denver Nuggets. But what we truly saw in the NBA Finals was that he needed more help. And last night, damn it, you're seeing a few guys that's going to help Jimmy Butler come into the playoffs. First and foremost, I'm going to talk about a man right now who's basically Jimmy Butler Jr. And one of the people put it in my Jaime Jaquez video yesterday. It was a beautiful comment. It was Jimmy Jaquez Butler Jr. That was an incredible comment, my man. You are dope. But last night, you guys, Jaime Jaquez, who I cut a video on yesterday talking about how this guy is going to be our future. Jaime Jaquez, incredible last night. Give me 1 second, you guys. I'm just pulling up. These stats just went on black for me. Give me a few seconds. Sorry about that, guys. Alrighty. So as I was mentioning, oh my God, again. Haha. I am so sorry, you guys. As I've mentioned before, I'm in the middle of work when I do these videos, so gotta be on the grind. Anyway, so Jaime Jaquez last night gives you 33 minutes, 24 points, 8 for 13 shooting, 7 for 7 for the free throw line, 5 rebounds, a plus 18 out there, 33 minutes, and like I said, off the bench. I cut a video on Jaime Jaquez yesterday. For those that haven't seen it, please check it out. But I called Jaime Jaquez the future of this Miami Heat team, along with Bam Adebayo and Tyler Hero. And he is proving it every single game. He's not proving that he's a quality role player. He's showing you that he can actually take the reins. Last night in the fourth quarter, Jaime Jaquez scored 16 points in the fourth quarter, you guys. There was times that the Miami Heat looked like that we were going to lose this game, and Jaime Jaquez and Jimmy Butler would not give up. And that's what I'm loving me some Jaime Jaquez, you guys, because Jaime Jaquez is basically Jimmy Butler Jr. He's working with Jimmy. Jimmy's showing him how to get better, and it's showing. Jaime Jaquez, you guys, is going to be a guy that come playoff time, Miami Heat fans are going to call him untouchable. But there was somebody else last night that really stepped up. A guy that's been stepping up these last 5-6 games. Josh Richardson. Josh Richardson last night gives you 32 minutes off the bench. Off the bench. 19 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, some incredible defensive hustle. Josh Richardson is finding his niche on this team. He's finding out who he needs to be. The first few games of the season, we saw Jay Rich start off really slow. But it's like I told you guys, I knew that Jay Rich was going to be a perfect fit on this team. I've said it even in the offseason. Josh Richardson was an underrated signing for the Miami Heat. People were not giving the Miami Heat the credit that they deserve. Everybody was beating down the Miami Heat about losing Gabe Vincent and Max Strus. And yes, at the time it seemed bad, especially when you didn't trade for Damian Lillard. But what did I say? You take away Gabe Vincent, I'll give you Josh Richardson. Max Strus walks away for a $64 million contract with the Cavs. No worries, I'll sprinkle in some Jaime Jaquez out there. Y'all said we need a big man? Don't worry. We got you some Thomas Bryant out there. Now, yeah, Thomas Bryant probably isn't the most successful big man, but he does the job. And he does it well. But back to Jaime Jaquez and Josh Richardson, you guys. These are two guys that were signed to make up for what Gabe Vincent and Max Strus provided you. And the last few games, we've been seeing that. Gabe Vincent leaves the Miami Heat for a $33 million contract for the Los Angeles Lakers. Now look, the Heat offered Gabe Vincent a contract. He declined it because he wanted to go back home to California. His family lives there. But Miami offered him a contract to stay with this team, and he declined it. So he left, and Miami filled his role with Josh Richardson. It was ridiculed at the time. People were laughing about it, saying, you lost your point guard. No. Jay Rich fills that role. Max Strus, yes, a lethal shooter. Solid defender. And Max Strus, I really felt embodied Miami Heat culture as well. Max Strus and Gabe Vincent, these were two guys in the 2022 playoffs, even last year. 2 undrafted players starting in your backcourt unit. Never been seen before. That's what this Miami Heat culture is, you guys. So the fact that Gabe Vincent and Max Strus left, and a lot of haters were saying the Miami Heat screwed up, those haters don't understand that the Miami Heat creates new role players. That if one guy's leave, they'll just make another one. And Josh Richardson, who was drafted by this Miami Heat team, is back home. And he's showing why he is a perfect fit on this team. I've always said this in the past, you guys. I would love to see Jimmy Butler and Josh Richardson in the same team. And we're seeing it. And damn, is it great. Another guy I got to give credit to who is finally finding his niche again and coming back after injury, Caleb Martin. 25 points off the bench, 14 points, 5 rebounds, 5 for 9 shooting. Caleb is that Swiss Army knife that we need. Is he playing the same level he did in the Eastern Conference Finals right now? No. But he is solid as hell. You have Kyle Lowry, Jesus Lord, big booty Lowry, my man, bro. I mean, I know I knocked Kyle Lowry the beginning of this season, but he has stepped it up. I don't know if it's because he's hearing all the crap talked about him. It might be because he's on the last year of his contract and he wants to continue playing after this year. But my man starts yesterday, gives you 25 quality minutes, 6 for 10 for the field, 3 for 6 beyond the three-point line, 15 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. But it was what he was doing out there. He was playing like he was 30 years old, moving, hitting step-back threes, crossing over people. Kyle Lowry's in the best shape he's ever been in this Miami Heat run. And honestly, you guys, he's on the last year of this contract. When players are in the last year of their contract, they're going to ball out. It pisses me off because when I saw that last time, I'm like, dude, you couldn't do this last year. But NBA players, man, they got their own perspective, so I ain't going to say much. But, no one really breaks out after that. Kevin Love, Thomas Bryant, Orlando Robinson, they all play in the big man rotation. Not much there. You got Haywood Highsmith. He started for only 15 minutes, gives you 2 points. I don't know if Haywood Highsmith is kind of losing his spot. Caleb Martin and Jaime Jaquez Jr., they're stepping up. So Haywood needs to be careful because it's possible. Remember that video that I cut last week, you guys? When Tyler Hero comes back, one of these players is going to have to eat shit. Maybe two. Haywood Highsmith may be that guy, unfortunately. It's sad, but it is what it is. But this Miami Heat squad, you guys, they lose 3 in a row. Their best player goes out with a hip injury. You think it's going to be over, but they turn around and they win this game. The Miami Heat are sitting at an 11-8 record right now. This season, you are going to see trials and tribulations from this Miami Heat team. But if we stick together and if we continue to play like this, we're going to be just fine. Because what do? We know what our opponents are. And another credit that I got to give you guys is Erik Spoelstra, because if you guys notice something, Orlando Robinson had 7 minutes out there. Why did Orlando Robinson play? That was because Indiana was at a certain point in the second quarter and the third quarter where they were just running up and down the court. That's not really Thomas Bryant's game. So when Bam got injured, what did Spoelstra do? He called upon the young Orlando Robinson, who has fresher young legs, who can run up and down the court. That's his game. He's a very energetic big. That's Erik Spoelstra. That's the quality of coaching from Erik Spoelstra. And it's tough, you guys, because right now Erik Spoelstra is going through a divorce, as you guys have seen in the reports. But he's sticking with it. He's staying with this roster. Erik Spoelstra, I salute you, man, because you are the very best coach in the NBA. This Miami Heat team, you guys, after seeing last night and what we've done this season, I don't care about the 8 losses. We are the most dangerous team in the NBA. I don't care what team. You can say Boston, you can say Milwaukee, you can say Denver again, you can say any of these teams. But when you fight the Miami Heat in a 7-game series, and if the Miami Heat are fully healthy, because that is a big issue, the Heat need to make sure that going into the playoffs, they're healthy. Maybe that's giving Jimmy Butler and certain guys a little more games off towards the end of the season. But right now, you are fighting for playoff positioning. The Eastern Conference is super deep. One day, you'll be the 3rd seed. The next day, you'll be the 8th seed. That's how tight this Eastern Conference is. So the Miami Heat needs to buckle down and get ready. And as far as Bam Adebayo goes, you guys, no real updates right now. The moment I get an update on Bam Adebayo, we'll let you know. From what I know, it was a re-aggravation from his hip injury. He was playing out there. He got banged in the hip, and the Heat told him to sit the rest of the game out. Is it serious? I don't think so. But it may be something that he might need to miss a few games. And if that's the case, we need to buckle down. We really need to buckle down. So let me know what you think about last night, you guys. How are you feeling about this Miami Heat victory? Were you thinking the Heat were going to lose that game, or were you always fully confident? Let me know what you guys think. Do you think that Jaime Jaquez and Josh Richardson are perfect replacements for Max Strus and Gabe Vincent? Or are we fooling ourselves? How do you guys feel about Caleb Martin making his resurgence back? And how do you think about this Heat team moving forward this season? Do you really believe that come playoff time, it's going to be tough to battle the Heat in a 7-game series? Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe to this video, click that notification bell to get all my updates. The moment I get an update about Bam Adebayo, you guys, I will definitely let you know. We're going to rock and roll with always going with Miami Heat Talk Adventure, you guys. Stay tuned. We got more coming, and that's enough said. Let's go Heat.